Morning, little babbies. So I'm just walking Charlie, enjoying this lovely weather that we're having. If you can see Charlie behind me, we've got somebody coming to look at the two foster puppies, Lilo and Stitch, which is quite exciting because it's the first time someone's actually agreed to actually coming to see them. Like normally we get a call saying, "Oh, we're really interested," and then we don't really ever hear back from them. So it's quite exciting. Sound like a nice family. Got 2 kids, they got rabbits, they got chickens, have a nice big garden, so we'll see. I'm not really sure what else doing today, not much. I still have to get one of my ferrets out for a bit to get Joy out, because I made a video with Maisie earlier, which may or may not come out before this video. And I have to clean up my chinchilla and I have to clean up my parrots. Other than that, not much exciting. The thing I'm going to start talking to you guys about is the Taiji dolphin drive, because I realised that I update my Instagram profile every day on what's happening with the dolphin hunts there, and if it's a blue cove day or a red cove day. I update my Facebook page, but I never actually mention it on here, which I don't really know why. I have never thought about doing that before. So for those of you who don't know, the Taiji dolphin drive is basically in Japan. They can hunt dolphins between September and April every year, and the government gives permits to the fishermen to do this, and they can catch, I think this year it's 1,600 or maybe a little bit more than that, I'm not entirely sure, but it's somewhere around there. And in Taiji, in this little town on the coast of Japan, there's about 50 fishermen that go out on these boats called banger boats, which are these boats that have these long poles that they bang on, which creates this wall of sound which they use to herd the dolphins into a cove. Once they're in the cove, they leave them there overnight, and then the next day trainers and divers will come and they will select the pretty attractive ones for captivity, and then they will either slaughter the rest that day or they will wait till the next day to slaughter the rest of the dolphins. Sometimes they will let the juvenile ones go, which is death in itself, because without the adults to guide them, the juveniles won't know what to do, so they will die anyway. And basically there are cove monitors there that work with the from the Dolphin Project, Rico Barry's Dolphin Project, so you can go to thedolphinproject.org if you want to find out more about them, or go on Facebook and look up Rico Barry's Dolphin Project, or Instagram. And basically every day they update their Instagram and Facebook page and telling us if there's any dolphins in the cove, or if the fishermen are hunting them, or whatever's happening there. And if there's no dolphins in the cove and and they haven't caught anything, or there's no dolphins come through that day, then it's known as a blue cove day. And if they have dolphins in the cove and we know they're going to be taken in for captivity or they're being slaughtered, then it is a red cove day, because literally when they're killing dolphins, the cove turns red with their blood. So far this year they have caught a pod of rhizos dolphins. They caught around 100 dolphins last week, and they captured 40 of the bottlenose dolphins for captivity, and they slaughtered the majority of the rest, and they let go of a few juveniles. Also at that same time they caught a pod of about 20 pilot whales, which were all but I think 2, or somewhere between 2 and 4 were slaughtered, and the ones that went into captivity will die very soon, because pilot whales don't do well in captivity. And the day before were both red cove days, because 2 days ago they caught a pod of over 20 bottlenose dolphins, and they took 8 on the first day for the captivity trade, and they took another 10, I think, yesterday for the captive trade, and they let the rest go after that, which there wasn't very many. I don't know at this time if there was any juveniles they let go or adults, or who they let go. I'm not entirely sure. I do know that they did capture a few mother and calf calves for capture trade, and there are photographs of them in the seed pens that they go in Taiji before they are sold off to the different dolphin areas. Hey guys! I just thought I'd say hi because I'm walking with Charlie and I'm not really sure how much you can see me because it's pretty dark out, which is really depressing that it's getting dark this early. But this is what I wanted to talk to you about, which is having animals, especially dogs, means that you need to look after them regardless of the weather. So if you have dogs, you still have to walk them in the cold, in the dark, in the rain, when you don't feel like it, when the conditions aren't ideal, because they don't have a choice about when they can go out or they can do what they want. So you need to be able to provide that for them. And you know, even if you don't really feel like going out, you know, my dogs still want to go out now and they still want to, you know, go and walk around and move their bodies and, you know, just smell and just do different things that, you know, dogs like to do. As much as I'd rather still be indoors in the warm right now, it's my responsibility to look after them. So that's what I'm doing. We are now walking around in the cold and in the dark. So since I'm walking around in the dark and don't really have much else to do, I figured I would share with you guys some cheap things that you can buy if you want to go vegan and you're on a budget. So, well, because that's what everyone always says to me, oh, I would go vegan, but you know, I can't do it financially right now, or no, if I had money I'd go vegan. And it's okay for you because, you know, you're in a place financially that you can afford to go vegan, and I like having no money, so if I can go vegan, then I'm pretty sure most other people in the Western world can go vegan. And the thing is, being vegan is not even expensive, and the poorest countries and the poorest communities within those countries are vegan just because they can't afford the luxury, and I'm gonna say that with quotations, of eating meat, because animals cost a lot of money to feed and look after and water and so on, and so they can't afford to have meat. They have to be vegan because there's no other option. So if they can afford to be vegan, then I'm pretty sure you can afford to be vegan, and anybody else that you know can afford to be vegan. So the thing is, the media and just supermarkets in general just kind of give up this persona that you have to buy these vegan products that are expensive when you don't. And the reason they're so expensive is because you're paying for the processed, for the product being processed, and for the name on these products. Where if you just ate whole foods, you'd actually be eating the cheapest diet on this planet. So here are some foods that you can eat, and you can make up the bulk of your diet with. So we'll start with breakfast. Easy breakfast meal, and something it's very calorie dense, and you can eat it warm, so it's great for the winter time as well, is oatmeal or porridge. And so you just buy oats, and if you want to make it very cheaply, you just add water to it, and that's also has less fat in it as well. Or if you want to change up the flavour a bit, you can add soy milk, rice milk, coconut milk, oat milk, whatever you want to do. My favourite is coconut milk. Oat milk also works really well for obvious reasons. But yeah, you can add almond milk, whatever, one of the milks. And most of the time, I just microwave mine. Just put the oats in a bowl, put the milk in the bowl as well, and then just microwave it because I'm normally restricted on time, and I always burn mine if I put it in the pot because I'm not very good at cooking. But you can also just put it in a pot and cook it over the stove. And then once you've done that, you can add whatever you want to it. I add brown sugar, you can add dried fruits, you can add bananas, you can add whatever you want, and you can just play around with whatever fruits or whatever it is you have available to you at the time. But oats are so cheap, like ridiculously cheap. I mean, you can buy huge bagfuls for literally nothing. So that's the first thing. Lunch and dinner, you can buy rice, which is the cheapest plant-based food, well, just cheapest food on the friggin' planet is rice. Like 30p buys you like bags full of it. And again, just mix it with whatever vegetables are in season or you can get your hands on, because they're going to be the cheapest ones. And you can stir fry them, you can have them with chili, you can do so many different things. And then you could have then potatoes. Potatoes again are really cheap. Get them everywhere. I mean, there's so many different things you can do. You can have wedges, you can have fries or chips, you can mash them, boil them, you can have new potatoes, baked potatoes. There's like endless possibilities that you can do with potatoes, and again, just mix them with vegetables that are in season and are cheap. But if you have potatoes as the bulk of your food, then again, it's just going to be so cheap. Pasta again, great for lunch. That's normally what I have in my lunches is pasta. Again, so cheap, easy to make, and you just mix it with, cheap tomato sauce, or you can get fresh tomatoes, or sometimes I just have it plain with peppers and onions, or just whatever that I have in the house, really. And I'm not a great cook, and I'm not very adventurous when it comes to doing things on my own, so I normally just have it plain. But again, if you have pasta as the bulk of your meal and then just add vegetables, then it's another really cheap, easy way of living. And then for fruits, buy bananas. I mean, like, bananas are the cheapest fruits in the supermarket. I mean, they don't even charge you, well, at least over here, they don't even charge you any extra. You just get the price that they pay for the bananas, because it's one of the products that they use to lure people into the shops, is just to have bananas cheap, and then you go in there and you can buy other stuff. So just buy bananas, and they're full of calories, full of energy, and you can make banana ice cream with those. You can make so many different desserts with bananas as the base. So they're great for just snacking on during the day. They're great for adding to your breakfast, and they're great for making desserts out of. And again, they're cheap. And again, just buy fruits that are on sale. Like, go into the shop when they have the like at the end of the day, when they're trying to put anything on special offer, and the things can go down to like 15p or whatever, and buy the fruit then, or buy fruit that's in season and vegetables that are in season, because they're going to be a lot cheaper. Buy in bulk. If you buy in bulk, again, it's a lot cheaper. Go to local farmers and see if they'll give you a deal if you're going to be buying regularly, or go with friends and you guys could probably get a massively reduced rate if you're buying lots of food. But the things, if you stick to oats, rice, potatoes, pasta and bananas, they're just so cheap, and you'll save ridiculous amounts on your food bill if you stick to these things and just add in little bits here and there, like vegetables that are in season, or a few cheeky expensive things that you want to add. Even like biscuits and stuff over here, like a lot of the like Tesco's own brand biscuits are cheaper than the like other biscuits that people would buy, like McVitie's or whatever, and they happen to be vegan. They're not made for vegan, they just happen to be vegan because it's a cheaper way of doing it. So even just buying their biscuits is going to be cheaper than what you were buying before, just because you're buying own brand stuff. So yeah, that's sort of my little tips on what you can eat and save money and live cheaply as a vegan, because being vegan is not expensive and it's not difficult, and it's not, you don't have to eat weird things like seaweed and just lettuce all day, or weird salads, or I don't know, whatever people think that we eat, avocados all the time. No, you can just eat basic cheap foods and save a lot on your food bill, and you can save your health too. So there we go.